Welcome to Somewhere. A somewhere is a place that works, a place where people of different incomes, ages, and backgrounds can live within the same neighborhood, a place where daily needs are within reach. A somewhere is walkable, mixed use, human scaled, diverse in people and housing types, and rooted in place. Its downtown is vibrant with local merchants and restaurants, not national chains. A somewhere is a complete community that includes homes attainable for young people starting out, working families, seniors aging in place, and open to newcomers to the community and the local workforce that sustains the community. Mamaroneck is that type of place. Today, we are somewhere in Mamaroneck.
All right, I'm here with my friends Gayle, Boyle, and John Pritts from the Mamaroneck Historical Society, and we're talking about Mamaroneck and how Mamaroneck came to be, its past, its present, its future, and some of the struggles it's had along the way. So, John, how did Mamaroneck come to be?
Well, first of all, Mamaroneck, what does it mean?
Right.
All right. And what it means is the gathering place in Algonquin, which is the Indian language of the time. What we were always taught was that it meant where the fresh water falls into the salt. That's just not true.
They said there was an old, Indian term for when the fresh water fell down to the sea.
Right, but that's
not the translation.
That's not the translation.
But in a sense, though, that there is the fresh water that's up by the train station, which is the Sheldrake River and the Mamaroneck River, which comes together. There's a confluence there. Yep. Then it runs along town, and it comes down to the Sound. So that's the geography of Mamaroneck Village.
Right, and there was a waterfall right near where Tompkins Avenue Bridge is today, all right? And that's where the fresh water fell into the salt water.
Mm-hmm. So, how did the town develop, and what were the roads back in the historical times?
Well, where the post road is today, not exactly the same route, but the general route was the Sakura path, which is an Indian term. Where it was a walking path along the Sound, all right, from basically Manhattan north. Mamaroneck Avenue was a path that ran towards White Plains. The post road went to New Rochelle in one direction and went to Rye in the other.
So the post road being the Boston Post Road from colonial times, which was going through New Rochelle and Larchmont and through Mamaroneck and then up to Rye, and actually during colonial times going past the home of John Jay, who was the first Chief Justice of the United States.
Correct.
Famous for the Jay Treaty. But that was a main artery during the...
Main artery going
to
basically...
Boston.
Yeah.
So then how did the Mamaroneck Avenue piece get developed?
Well, as trade happened between communities. Mamaroneck Avenue developed up the hill towards White Plains. Halsted Avenue went towards Harrison and Rye. Palmer Avenue went towards,
And now, at some point on that Mamaroneck Avenue that goes up to White Plains, the railroad came in.
Yep, that was in 1840 or 1840s. I think it was 44, but it caused the population to grow.
And also at that time, though, that they had to move the old schoolhouse was up there.
Well, what happened was the schoolhouse became too small, all right, because the population grew, all right? And the schoolhouse, they ended up selling the building to a private family. It became a private home. And it ended up at Harbor Island in 1993.
And now run by the Historical Society, which is Gayle, you're a school teacher, a popular spot for the school children to go.
Oh, it's a very exciting place when people visit, especially children. They walk in and they're like, what's this? And but they launch right into playing school and learning about how it used to be.
And during certain fair days, I've been down there and I'm standing next to John all dressed up in his colonial outfit.
That was the Jubilee. That was the 200th anniversary of the schoolhouse, as a matter of fact, in 2016.
That was great.
That was a fun day.
So now the train station comes in, and I know this because our family restored it. 1888 train station.
Beautiful building.
Built in the Romanesque style, and pretty large for a train station at the time. But then At some point, they didn't use that building anymore. It became abandoned, and when we came along in 2009, we got it from the MTA and restored it, but it hadn't been in use for about a decade, and it kind of became an eyesore and a spot for vandalism and other types of things. But since it's been restored, it's been a great community asset and restaurant in there, and
Great
we
restaurant.
enjoy being in there. But as far as the train station coming in, you say when things start to develop there, it also a lot of neighborhoods built up around the train station. And so what are some of the neighborhoods here in Mamaroneck that built up, and what are they like?
Well, you've got the downtown area here with neighborhoods surrounding it, and then going off into the water, we have two, what do you call them, peninsulas that jut out into the water,
Or
Orienta.
necks, as they say.
So you
Necks,
got Orienta on one side, and you got Shore Acres on the other
Shore Acres
side.
on the other.
And then on the hill near downtown, you have Heathcote Hill,
It's true.
right? And then you have the Melbourne Historic District, which is on the I guess east side of
Right.
town. Florence Park, a little bit past there.
Yeah, Harbor Heights.
Harbor Heights.
Right.
And then on the other side of tracks, and literally on the other side of tracks here in the village, is Washingtonville. And old timers had a name for it,
The Flats.
the Flats. and obviously because of its geography. So explain what the Flats are.
Well, the Flats are basically, I'll call it a floodplain type of situation where all of the new groups of people settled, all right? That's where housing was affordable, all right? And, first the Irish were there, and then the Germans were there, and then the Italians were there, and,
I know the Italians were there
of,
because there was a St. Vito's, and my
Yeah.
father was Vito. So I know.
the free black community was there, all right?
There were a lot of black families that came up from the South and settled in Mamaroneck, and there was a famous story about a home builder in that area at the time.
Yeah, that was Mr. Seeley. Mr. Seeley was a very successful home builder, all right, in the teens and 20s. He lost his business in the crash in 1929.
The Great Depression.
Yep,
Yeah.
the Great Depression. He had built his wife a home, very, very nice home, on Grant Street in Mamaroneck, and he lost the home. The people that end up with it, the Santangelos, ended up giving Mr. Seeley a 12.5-foot wide lot, and Mr. Seeley wandered around the community and picked up doors
Various
he found,
building materials
yeah,
that he had.
building materials, windows, bricks, stone, blah blah blah.
Nice story of neighborly cooperation at the time of the Great Depression.
And Julie Seeley wrote a book called The Skinny House, which is a must-read if you live in this community.
And the Skiddy House has been designated historical by the local historic.
Yeah, it's a historic building in the village of Mamaroneck.
And so also in that area, you said it's the Flats, and it's a confluence of a couple of rivers, the Sheldrake and the Mamaroneck. And so there's been flooding there and various flood events. So can you describe some of those?
The first one I remember was 1972. It was the first time that the Sheldrake went over its banks substantially, I think.
But it was a little more spread out. So you had 72, then there was another one in 85, and then we had a couple in quick succession. There was one in 2011, which I believe was Irene. Then you had Hurricane Sandy 2012. Then you had a major storm in 2019. And then you had Hurricane Ida in 2021, which I remember because it was 2 days before my daughter's wedding. Yeah. So it's been a challenge for the people of Washingtonville, but they've persevered and they've taken steps to make their places more resilient. And so we've had some successes down there. The Community Resource Center, which got severely damaged, has been raised up
Right.
and is servicing. So what does the Community Resource Center do?
Hello, I'm Girandi Martinez, and I am the community leader here at the Community Resource Center. We're located at 134 Center Avenue here in the Flats area of Mamaroneck. An incredible, I mean, this is my hometown. This is our home for everyone who lives in this community in the Flats. We actually did experience a major flood during Hurricane Ida, as many people in this community did. But we are so proud that after 4 years of rebuilding, we've now come back to this home, to where 134 Center used to be the CAP Center. It used to hold our Head Start program, our local food pantry, and now CRC. And I'm very proud to lead this community because I grew up in Mamaroneck. I grew up in this community. I went to this Head Start program here. But now that we're back, we have increased our workforce development training, our educational programs, our legal services for community members needing those legal services, and family essential case management work or social work. It's just a busy and bustling community organization full of everyone here who was experienced a number of flood issues, a number of housing issues, but continue to come back because we all feel that Mamaroneck and the Village of Mamaroneck is such an important community. It's an ecosystem of a lot of different people, and we're all building it to be a better community, a better and more resourceful community. And it really gives me so much pride to be a part of this resilience.
We have other buildings that have kind of adapted. There was a Mexican restaurant called Three Jalapenos
Yep.
that got knocked out, and that got redeveloped, and that store that's there got raised up out of the floodplain, and now it's a Brooklyn Bagels that I stop at in the mornings, and it has 21 units above it, which is services folks that are using the train, transit-oriented development, which was part of the zoning there. A couple of houses got raised up. I know that Habitat for Humanity came a couple of years ago and did that. And one of the struggles there too was the getting a supermarket there. It became what's be called in planning a food desert.
That's right.
That the folks in that neighborhood couldn't get any groceries because of it. But so the planning board held out and waited until we got a food store there before we'd give approval. And now there's a great supermarket over there.
It's a destination supermarket.
Right. Right. North Shore Farms.
Yeah.
Right.
So, but not only in the Flats, but in Washingtonville, but Mamaroneck is a great town, and Mamaroneck is what we would call in planning and the Congress New Urbanism a nearly complete community, a place that has a variety of people, a variety of incomes, a variety of ages, all able to walk in a walkable downtown. Gayle, you love walking in the town, and
I love it.
Right, one of the big benefits of being here. And what are some of the great things that you can go to here in Mamaroneck in stores?
Well, there's many great stores, and I think what's fascinating about it is there's a little bit of everything. So you can come and get your shoes fixed and your nails done and have a fabulous meal all within one block, and your haircut. Yes, it's a complete community in that way in terms of shopping. Which is often not the case in small town downtowns. You don't
and
have
some
everything.
landmark places too, like Sal's Pizza is kind of known nationally, and you have Boyle and his bakery, and
Cosmo
and Alex,
and Miller's and
Miller's Toy Store.
Multi-generational shops oftentimes. Actually, if you look on the Mamaroneck Historical Society website, we have a whole history done by a researcher named Mike Meany that details every one of these shops over the last, 100 years?
100 years.
100 years and plus.
What happened at this address, it will tell you, all right?
It's fascinating. We're continuously turning over.
Hi, my name is Pat Collalillo, and I'm the owner of Cosmo and Alex Deli here in Mamaroneck. Been here for 38 years, and we do a whole bunch of things: sandwiches, catering. We have all kinds of products from Italy, and come on in.
Hi, my name is Marissa, and I've been at Boyle Bakery for 29 years. We do a lot of cakes and pastries and cookies and biscotti. We cater to all the coffee, espresso, cappuccino. We do a lot of big fancy cake orders for weddings and parties. Come on over, come check us out.
Hi, this is Manny Ennis at Roberts Department Store in Mamaroneck. We have been here since 1930. We're hoping to be in a few years 100 years old. We love the Village of Mamaroneck. We have a great downtown, very comfortable, plenty of parking.
My name is Bobby Getz. I am 82 years old. We've been here at Village Paint Supply since 1961 when my dad opened up the business. And we wait on as many people in Mamaroneck as we can.
My name is Maria DeLeonardo. I own Siren Boutique on Mamaroneck Avenue. I've been here for the past 23 years. And the reason why I chose this location when I was out on the hunt to start my own industry of a business back then, a long, long time ago in 2002, was because I lived in Mamaroneck and I wanted to find a place that I could go into that was in town for a quick gift, an outfit, and we currently really didn't have anything like that in the town at the time. And I just wanted to provide the residents here with more of like a European lifestyle store.
And one of the great restoration projects we're sitting in right now, which is the Mamaroneck Cinema.
Favorite.
And, we're sitting actually in the LMC Media Studios within the Mamaroneck movie theater and cinema. And you probably know some of the history about the Mamaroneck Cinema.
Well, yes.
He does.
1925. All right. I've got some couple of great pictures, all right, from when it opened. And I've even got some architectural drawings of the building. But also, in the Playhouse, the Historical Society has restored a James Fenimore Cooper mural that's hanging that used to be at the Mamaroneck Junior High School in the cafeteria.
Right.
So if you ever get a chance, go see it.
So one of the things that makes a downtown work is having, as we say, feet on the street. People who live near the town and can walk to town to meet their daily needs. And we have something in planning, which is we have homes over the stores, we have apartments over the stores, and we also have an affordable housing project that now houses the Village offices, which was built a number of years back. And we could always use more. And rather than always have large projects, there are a number of small multifamilies that were built kind of on a human scale, nothing too large, nothing more than 3 or 4 stories, but also a need for more attainable housing. What other kind of housing do you think we need, and what other populations do you think we need to serve?
Well, I'm biased. I think we need more housing for older people.
My name is Vito Guerreri.
How old are you?
67.
You live here in Mamaroneck?
54 years.
Where do you live?
Right on the Boston Post Road across the street from the high school.
What kind of place?
It's a 6-family house.
Okay. You like living here?
Absolutely. I love Mamaroneck.
And maybe a relook at the housing we currently have for older people. That maybe that's a site that could be enhanced or improved in some way. And one thing that is very, very positive about all of the sites, though, of attainable housing is that you can walk everywhere. So obviously we need more parking, though, for the people that drive. So that would have to be a part of it. But you can walk to the beach from here, you can walk to the library, you can walk to the train. So a lot of the foot traffic you see up and down the street each day is people heading somewhere as well.
We also need housing for the people that work here. There are so many different restaurants, so many different businesses that need workers, all right? The schools need teachers, all of whom have a hard time affording some of the housing that's here now.
Yeah. So Mamaroneck is a complete place, but it's a nearly complete place. It could always improve, but really a model community for diversity of housing types, of income types, of people of different backgrounds, a place that we all love, And so I want to thank you both for being here today and talking about the history of Mamaroneck, the present of Mamaroneck, and maybe what we can look for in the future of Mamaroneck. So thanks for being here.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you.